All right, this is an uncomfortable truth you're going to have to accept, but women's morals are flexible when you're dating them, and so is their character. Their character is going to be flexible, and their morals are going to be flexible as well. So what that means is, like, she will say something like, I'm very loyal and nurturing and very sweet to the man who I love. And that's true, but only based on her feelings in that moment. So the second that that guy displays the wrong things, she reserves the right to now change her, let's call it morals or values, in order to suit her needs best, and now allow her emotions to work in a different guy's favor. This isn't something that you can change. This is really just how it is. As a man, you are constantly judged based on how you act. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the right way to act, so that way you can retain her interest, her love, her care, and her loyalty. Now, after today's video is over, be sure to learn, understand, and master the language of women. I have an end-to-end process that you can copy paste into your dating life. We now have over 2,000 members inside of this. I'm watching guys get results all the time. I'm watching them see how amazing this process is. Go and check that out when today's video is over. It's going to help your dating life for the better. And it took me a lot of months to build. It's my life's work. It's everything that I know in an exact step-by-step systemized process. Go and see that. It's why I made it for you. Okay. This is why women are flexible in morals or morality and character at all times when dating. This is not good or bad. This really, in my opinion, is just how hypergamy is. Okay? This is exactly how hypergamy is. She's going to do what suits her best interest. So let's just dive in step by step. And the reason why you really need to know this is because this is what you're going to hear. A lot of times when guys will talk about, like, they'll say, like, they had an ex-girlfriend who was just, they'll say, don't date her, man. She's nuts. Well, that same guy saying that, okay, a different guy tried to date her, and then he didn't even get past the first date, and he's like, what do you mean? Like, she gave me no energy. Like, she didn't like me at all. She seems super, like, quiet or whatever. And a different guy had a completely different experience because of her interest level and how she perceived him. So women will only fall in love with you when you stop trying to care in general. Like, women only fall in love when you, like, genuinely stop caring. Like, listen to me closely. The feminine is attracted to the man who prioritizes himself before her. So here's what you're going to find. The guy who's not calling her, the guy who's not trying to set a date, the guy who is just living his own life and really doesn't care if he sees her or not, that is the guy who naturally appears strongest because he is not reactive. You have no idea how many years I was sitting there, okay, with so many of these different circumstances and situations that I would see, whether it be in the comment section on this channel, or for example, like in my community that I show you guys, where I help them learn, understand, and master the language of women. And I would keep seeing these things, and I'm like, okay, what is the best way to pass tests? What is the best way to lead? Do you verbalize these things? Do you not? And what I found is the man who is least reactive is the guy who doesn't have to say a word, yet he appears the strongest. So the feminine is attracted to the man who prioritizes himself before her. That means the man who is offering to really make 0 dates, doesn't really see her often, right? He offers to never really plan any dates. He doesn't see her that often. He never exposes his interest level fully, okay? This is the man who she wants. Meanwhile, the guy who does all these things, she leaves him. So you've been convinced of basically the wrong false beliefs your whole life. You have been told your whole life that it's best to lead, it is best to plan, and it is best to pursue. When in reality, women only care about their emotions being led, and the only man that actually leads their emotions is the man who is not getting reactive and making an effort in the first place. Meanwhile, the man who is attempting, she is actually leading him, because if you notice, he is now changing his state, or he is changing the way of his being in order to hopefully generate an outcome with her. So you've been convinced of all the wrong things. It's best to really just let her pursue. It is best to let her reach out and see you when she wants to see you. And it's always best to let her say things like, oh, I miss you. I want to see you. What are you doing this weekend? This is very important because that dynamic allows hypergamy to be satisfied. So what you're going to see is that the reason why women oftentimes are flexible in their morals or their values or their character is because women will say they want one thing and then do the exact opposite. And this is almost on purpose or by design, and I'm going to show you in just a little bit. She will tell you that she wants predictability from you, or from a different guy that she's dating. She's going to tell you that she wants so much loyalty and care and admiration, and she's going to tell you that she wants a man who always is prioritizing her first. And then she will ignore everything that she says, you're going to find out, and she's going to go and date the guy who never calls her back, who never really responds to her text messages, who is never really that available and is constantly doing things, and he never even really asks to see her or really plan anything because he's busy doing other things. So she will go and sleep with this guy every single time that she sees him, or probably go and sleep with him every single time that she sees him, and he doesn't even have to put in any effort. Meanwhile, you believed everything that she told you. So in this column right here, I think this is the most important column of the whole video, and I'm going to show you why. Women will do what suits their needs best, and I'm going to show you why there was such a reversal in like the words versus what you're actually going to notice they do with their actions. So most guys start to figure out, you're like, wow, her words are way over here and her actions are way over here. And then they go, why do they not match up? I'm going to show you, okay? Women will do what suits their needs and their best interests first. So they also want to basically like weed out and not date any of the men who they think are undesirable. They want to weed out all of the men who they think are weak and undesirable from the dating options because they want the men who naturally just understand these things in the dynamic. So this is how it will look, okay? I'm going to show you how it will look. Basically, what you're going to have to learn and understand is manipulation, okay, or a difference in the words versus the actions is really like rooted in female nature, and it is rooted in females' mating strategy as a whole. Like, your dating life will get a whole lot easier, and you're going to be able to retain interest a lot better and pass interest tests way better when you realize that her entire dating strategy is basically set up by design in order to attempt to deceive you. Okay, that's what you're going to realize. What a relationship is you passing interest test after interest test after interest test after interest test, never getting reactive, 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 in order to demonstrate that you are the strongest man and you are the type of man who is not easily led astray or manipulated. That is what a relationship is. A relationship is not unconditional love. A relationship is not all this chemistry and trust building. A relationship is not multiple vacations. A relationship is not a marriage. A relationship is not you getting down on one knee and proposing with a big wedding ring. A relationship is not any of that. A relationship is you proving day after day to yourself that you are strong enough to not get reactive and continuously, subconsciously, pass her interest test, so she goes, wow, he just can't be moved. And the second you're moved is the second that that relationship is over. That's what a relationship is. So for all of you out there with your hand raised nice and high saying, yes, I would love a girlfriend. Yes, I really want a long-term relationship. I really want this. Okay, cool. I'm happy for you, but you just have to understand what you're signing up for. What you're signing up for is basically a lifelong journey of having to pass interest tests after interest tests after interest tests to prove that you are not moved off center, or to show that you're not moved off center. That's what you're doing. So this is how it looks, okay? Women are trying to not date or find reasons to not date the men who they consider weak or undesirable. So this is how it will look. Since this form of like what you could even call it manipulation is like rooted inside of the mating strategy, okay? Everything that she says, she's going to say, I want a guy who's there for me, stable, loving, always nice to me, always calls me back on time, okay? And this is why it's set up like this. Basically, all of the dudes who listen to this and say, oh, that makes sense, yes, and they listen and they agree with what she claims she wants, she now has good reason to disqualify him. Okay? So this is what you have to remember. All of the guys who are listening to this, okay, and they're listening to what the woman claims she wants from the man, as soon as he does that, and he becomes what she claims she wanted, now she has reason to disqualify him and leave him and exit, because he has now proven that he is not a pre-selected man who naturally just understands these things. So keep that in mind. What you're going to hear that she wants, you are going to watch her date the exact opposite guy of everything that she claimed she wanted. So 100% of women are loyal until they don't want to be. I'm going to say that one more time. You're going to hear a lot of women say things like, I'm not like most women. I'm way different. I'm really loyal. 100% of women are loyal until they don't want to be. And the second she doesn't want to be loyal to you anymore, well, now she's not. And you're sitting there going, well, I thought you were a person with good moral values and characters. Not so fast. Their moral values and characters are flexible based on what they want in that moment and who's in front of them. And they reserve the right to change their opinion like that as soon as they don't want you anymore. So 100% of women are loyal until they don't want to be. Okay, so you will hear women say things like, I'm very nice and loyal and sweet and loving and nurturing. I'm not like most women. Until they no longer desire the man to the level needed to give him that level of care and morals and values and certainty. So the second you just demonstrate the wrong things, you're gone. You're not going to hear from her anymore. So her character, okay, this is the one thing that you really have to understand, is like the spirit of the masculine and the feminine. The message of it, like the masculine to feminine dynamic, this goes so deep on even like an energy level, okay? It even goes all the way as to basically how like reproduction is in the first place. If you think about it from like procreation, the man is giving the energy, okay? The woman is receiving the energy, okay? Or that masculine essence, giving versus receiving, masculine to feminine. The spirit of the masculine and the feminine goes all the way down to even how reproduction or procreation is. The masculine energy is the penetrative energy. The feminine energy is the receiving energy. Polar opposites, okay? Depending on the energy that he is giving will cause her to change, okay, into what she wants to be in that moment based on who the man is in front of her. So, that's why a dude dates a woman and he goes, oh man, she called me 45 times when we broke up. And she even sent me this long paragraph saying how all of these things. And he's going to go, dude, you don't want to date her. She's nuts. She will call you 45 times just like me. And he has one kind of experience with her. And then that same woman, when she goes on a date with a different guy, that guy, he might go, what are you talking about? I didn't even make it past the first date. She didn't even call me back. She gave me no energy. And that's what I'm talking to you about. Okay, it's dependent on their interest level. So I wanted to make this video because I think that this is going to clear up a lot of things for you guys. The less you care, the better. She didn't call you back? Who cares? She didn't text you back? Who cares? And then what you're going to find out is she'll watch 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days go by and she's going to see you didn't care, and then she's going to be like, wait, okay, so he didn't get reactive. Okay, wait, so he actually has patience. Okay, wait, so he's actually grounded in who he is. Okay, wait, so he actually is certain within himself and doesn't need anybody. And then she calls you back, hey, I was so busy. Yep, I got you.